Good morning and thanks for joining us on the Friday edition of TVC Breakfast. I'm Veronica Dan Ikboy, and as usual, I'm not here alone. I have Kemi Fola Adeyemo here. Kemi.
Veronica, good morning.
Thank God it's
Good
Friday.
to see you. We missed you yesterday.
Right. I needed to have that, take that rest. Sure. Absolutely. But thank God it's Friday, even though we'll be here thank tomorrow.
God. Continues.
But then,
we're near the end of the week. So.
Absolutely. It's the end of the week already.
Well, continues.
I know,
right.
I know. Calm down, I know.
Don't worry. I rest my case for now.
All right, we have an array of issues that we'll be looking at this morning, from a prime boy who was at the police custody yesterday, and we are also going to look at some stories making the rounds, especially those persons who were kidnapped in Ondo State. Some of them have been released, about 11 of them as we hear. Then we're also going to look into the civil service, new innovative ways of administering issues within the civil service, what Lagos State is doing. And then we are also going to have an 80-year-old join us to talk about the journey of her life, her triumph, challenges, successes, wearing many hats, and how she's been able to manage all of that. These are some of the issues we'll be looking at this morning. But first, let's begin with this story, where a day after he was declared wanted by the Nigeria police, Owodunni Ibrahim, a.k.a. that's also known as Prime Boy, has turned himself in. He arrived at the State Criminal Investigation Department of the Nigeria Police past 11 a.m. Nigerian time in company of his lawyer. TVC News senior correspondent Ivy Kanu caught up with him moments before he turned himself in.
I'm privileged to have an interview with Ibrahim Owodunni, who was declared wanted yesterday. We had this interview with him just before he turns himself in to the police. Let's go. Ibrahim, police say they've declared you wanted. That they've been they've called you separately and you've refused to come.
I can't say that's a big lie. Like, I would like to receive a message from the police and I'll refuse them. Even before all this wanted issue, I even want to turn myself, like not turning in. I want to go and explain myself at the station because people started accusing me wrongly, and so, but people that I called said I should chill, I should not go anywhere. So the police, like I should wait for them to invite me. So I keep waiting, and suddenly I just found myself wanted online yesterday. People started calling me that I wanted 1 million naira for who find me, and I was shocked. I was surprised. I called my lawyer, called my family, and they just said I should just calm down, that nothing will happen. So far I know nothing about it. So, and I'm here now. So.
Okay, what's your relationship with Mohbad?
Mohbad is my childhood friend. He's my friend. Like, all those time that stepmother no care. I was his stepmother then. I was his dad. I was his friend. I was everything to him because he lived with me then. My mom feed two of us together as son.
Were you with him the day he died?
No, I was not with him.
You were not with him?
I was not with him. We departed after that show because he chased me down from the car. That was on Sunday. On Sunday, he called me on Friday to come over on the island. I don't even know he has a show. So me getting to the island, and he told me we're gisting, having fun, this, that, and next thing just said, sorry, I did not tell you I have a show at Ikorodu. The general said, you did not tell me now. And that day, that on Sunday, the next day is my brother's birthday. So and I said, okay. He now said after the show, then I can invite my brother to call me. Then he will like. Is he talking to me?
No.
He said after the show that let's go for the show first. That after the show, then I will invite my friends over, and for them, like I will invite my junior brother over, and he will celebrate the birthday to him.
Okay.
And I said, okay.
So why did he chase you out? Why did you say
he chased me out at town hall, inside the car, inside
why?
Because I was like, him and his wife were having an hidden like conversation, which maybe about this or that, but I don't even know. It's his family affairs, so I can't. But one thing I don't want is don't get down from the car. But on that matter, the issue that him and his wife had were like, Mohbad is fucking hot because I know him. And so it was not like, I want to get down from the car. I said, why will you come down from the car? why are you like this now? Then I'll be the one to get down to go and clear the road. This, that. Zlatan is still on stage. Mohbad, calm down.
How do you feel that they are saying you know something about his death?
How did I feel? I don't even know how I feel losing him. So now they are now accusing me. So the feelings is crazy. Like, I just know God see it all. Like,
So what do you want now?
I
What's
want
about
justice.
his death?
I
Yes.
want justice for Mohbad, and I want that his wife. Why will his wife go online and start framing me? That's wrong.
Right, that is Owodunni Ibrahim, also known as Prime Boy, who minutes before he turned himself in, was having a conversation with our senior correspondent, Ivy Kanu, there, and he talked about a lot of things that I would just want to touch on. He said he wanted to, go to the police to perhaps talk about what he knew, since people were coming out, especially those who were close to the late Ilerioluwa, were turning themselves into the police, sharing information they knew, because a lot of persons were asking for that. He said he wanted to do that, but he didn't, because the people around him were saying, wait until you are requested for to come. But he said that the police declaring him wanted came to him as a shock. That the police did not reach out to him and they just declared him wanted. I am wondering, there are processes to these things. Why would the police just declare you wanted if they haven't tried to reach you and perhaps you were not forthcoming, and that was why they decided to place a bounty on you as it is? But then he went ahead to say whatever is hidden, God will bring it to the fore. The truth will be exposed at the end of the day. And that is what all of this investigation and processes is about. And then he went again accusing the wife of the late Mohbad of framing him, so to speak. I am just hoping that we'll be able to, tidy up loose ends, expose what is necessary, piece together all of the puzzles in this matter so we can get justice at the end of the day. Kemi.
It's a positive development, no doubt. On the issue of whether he was invited formally, it's his word against the police. It could have been an administrative issue. Maybe information didn't get to the right quarters. But the good news is that he has turned himself in, because yesterday morning, exactly 24 hours ago, thereabout, we were discussing this. And, what we said was, it would be good if he does, turn himself in, because, it could spark. If he doesn't, it could spark, something uglier than what is already before us. A life has been lost, and in controversial circumstances, and one would expect that everyone with any kind of information would, come up, willingly, without having to be forced to, would come up willingly. So many commentaries have been going on regarding Ilerioluwa's death. So many commentaries, his death has turned detectives out of, has made many people detectives. If you go online, there's so many theories being waded as well, being circulated. So now that the police is actively involved and yet another crucial witness has come forward, we hope that, like you said, that this would, of course, bring more clarity into the process. We understand that the Commissioner of Police will be given another briefing, or given a briefing on the matter
journalists today.
to journalists, during the day about 12 noon or thereabout, and many people, no doubt, will be waiting to see what next. Only 2 days ago, 4 men were, brought before the courts asking for an order to remand them. Among them, Naira Marley, the former manager of the former record label owner, where Ilerioluwa was, signed on to, and he remains in detention now under court's order for an extra 20 days or thereabouts. So we hope we're getting somewhere, and that this would, of course, be a watershed for everyone. It will definitely, that we hope it will definitely bring forth, some more clarity and sanity into, the entire system.
Yes, and we know that the wheel of justice grinds slowly in this part of the world. We can only hope that in this case, there'll be some level of hastening up all of the processes so that we can get some level of, clarity, like you mentioned earlier, because a lot of persons who have turned detectives, like you mentioned, are not as patient enough with regards to how the processes runs in this part of the world. But it's good to see that the police is doing a lot of communicating in terms of police briefing to journalists and people. So it's important that we all are patient with the right organizations now that are handling the case to hear more about this matter. Let's bring you some news update at this time. A bit of cheery news for families of the remaining members of the Christ Apostolic Church, CAC, Okega, Akure, Ondo State, who were abducted last Friday, have regained their freedom. The 19 choristers were abducted along Ifon-Bini Road on their way to a funeral ceremony, but 8 of them had escaped from the suspected kidnappers on Saturday, the following day. According to reports monitored, the victims were released by their abductors late Thursday night after a ransom was paid. The negotiating team of the church returned with 11 victims at 11:47 p.m. to the premises of the church in Akure. It was gathered that the 11 victims who returned with the negotiators were the ones left with the kidnappers. The Nigeria Police Force, Lagos Command, through its public relations officer, SP Benjamin Hundeyin, says it will hold a press conference later today to update Nigerians on investigations into the death of singer Ilerioluwa Aloba, professionally known as Mohbad. The Lagos State Police Commissioner, Idowu Owonwa, would address the press at the state headquarters in Ikeja, during which updates regarding the investigation into Mohbad's death are expected to be made known to members of the public. Recall that Mohbad died suddenly under controversial circumstances.